what a city of Lancaster can do in the market.
Councilmember Rizzo.
Thank you, Your Honor. South Bay CCA is basically saying they're going to have investors coming in to front the money for this, so there's no cost to the city. Questions I would have is if we send this forward for examination, potential costs if we were to leave. Apparently, just a brief look at the JPA presented for South Bay, there would be no cost, but that needs to be verified. Also, for the county's JPA, I see language in this proposed agreement here. The county is going to front $10 million to establish this, so there would be no cost going in.
Whose money is it?
But I also see language in here that there is potential cost if we decide to pull out.
That's essentially a hold harmless clause. So if we expend money to go out and procure power on your behalf and then you depart and we're not able to shed ourselves of those contracts, then we'll have to work out what is the cost to leave. But that's why if you look through the JPA, there's a 6-month notice window for departing cities. That gives us the opportunity. And it's not, at that point, it's not the county, it's actually the agency that's formed that is assessing what contracts it has in place and what it can shed in order to make the remaining members harmless.
Okay, and I also see though that in to be, let's say that 180 days. In other words, if I'm not saying we would, but let's say for instance we decide to become one of the initial participants, then there's no cost. But I see language in here if we decide to wait it out a little bit, let's say 6 months, 180 days, that if we wanted to become a party to this JPA, that there will be some cost to join.
I think that's not a will, but it's a may. And the question is whether or not
so
we need
vague.
to actually go out and spend new funds that aren't available on your behalf to procure power for you.
God, no.
And if we don't, then we don't need to charge you. But we wanted the participants around the table wanted to leave the option open that people coming in later may have to pay the initial fees to procure power on their behalf.
Okay, well, I don't see the may language there.
Okay.
It looks like it's pretty much
Well, then we would encourage you to come in.
There would be a cost to go in if we decide to wait 180 days or so to see if this thing is working out or if there's any problems with it and decide to become an additional party to the county's plan. It looks like there's a cost to us going into that program.
Again, I don't know that the cost would be actually
right.
imposed. I think that it was meant to be optional.
What a load of crap.